Welcome back to The Fix, brought to you by Night The Fix here, New Star 93 FM. We're there, people. It's your boy Nara here with Ari. Big up Javi, big up DJ Burns, big up Anart Productions in the building. But right now, special guests we have with us right here now. Share them at me never start. Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Getting together, Nara.
Getting together. Keep it there. Shelly-Ann Curran in the building.
Hi.
What's up, Shelly?
Boss lady.
Hello.
Hi, Shelly. Hi.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
agreeing to do this.
So let's talk about the Grammys last night, because it happened last night. Of course, you were there. Can you just share with us, like, what?
Of course, I was there watching it from the TV.
Last year you were there.
Last year
You were there.
Yes.
Like, share with us, like, the experience. What was it like?
Oh, it was literally, I hear not use that word literally. It's a Kim Kardashian word, but, it was, Sabrina was there, my assistant, she was there with me too in LA. It was really all about Devin. And what I remember coming from the experience is I actually walked the red carpet. I remember Rick Ross was behind me and some other people but I was so into Devin.
Yeah.
He was just my star. So actually I was the person taking the pictures, sending them back out to the star and stuff. When I'm in work mode, I don't really see nothing but what I'm doing.
Okay.
So
you see Rick Ross, though.
he told me my dress looked good.
Wow.
But he did. But I was like, okay, I saw him, but I really didn't pay attention in other words, I didn't feel starstruck.
Okay.
I was really very proud to be in the moment representing Jamaica and really proud that the boys, their age, walking the red carpet. Actually, the only person that I shouted to was I saw Ziggy Marley like a couple down the red carpet, and I was like, Ziggy, you're there, and he turned around and him tell him wife, Jamaican,
Yes,
and he allowed us to come up to him,
Yeah.
and we took the picture, and that picture that went out,
yeah.
I took it again, everything from my galaxy.
Okay.
So I was just in work mode, and I thought that was the best picture to take,
Mm-hmm.
and that was all I was interested in. To be honest, when we went to sit down at the big show, there was everybody there.
Yeah,
and
because
stuff.
like the pre-ceremony
Right.
and the big
You have
ceremony is too different.
Two different,
Okay.
but it's right after.
Okay.
Okay, so literally after you do the early show, that's at one place, you just walk across, which I remember my feet was killing me. The heels, just like all the mistakes.
Yeah.
Reach there. By the time I reach there, try feel cute, never eat, and then when the big ceremony start, the big show,
Yeah.
we reached there. Devin and I were like, okay, we said the weekends, we saw some people and we're like, yo, you hungry? I'm like, yeah. Y'all left here. Yeah, I'm tired of this. And me take off my shoes. I'm gonna walk across the road and went to a restaurant and me and him ate. While the show was going, I'm gonna watch the rest of the show from a restaurant. Like, we just was like, yo, we're done. It's
Are
over.
you kidding me?
Yep.
You left the Grammys?
Yep.
So you never get to see Beyonce perform live?
Actually, I watched it across the road.
Oh my
Eating.
God.
Me and him eating. Like, believe me, it was LA for me was just about Devin.
Okay.
I don't know if I was to go to the Grammys and say I was going to the Grammys, but when you're in work mode, like I'm naturally a PR person, just from the morning I'm prepping and all. This is my first time, you know what I mean? And by the time I was exhausted and he said he was hungry and I was hungry and I said, yo, let's have a big dinner.
Yeah.
And we watched it across the road.
Wow.
We stayed for half of it.
Yeah.
I didn't see Beyonce perform.
Oh my God.
And we had great seats.
Yeah.
Literally, we could see where Beyonce them were sitting. Like,
Remember when I watched you live? You had them. Did they have a live around with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
God.
we had great seats and everything, but when you're focused on what you're supposed to focus, like I didn't come here to take groupie picture or nothing. I came there to work, to get the pictures, to get the message out.
No,
And
you're better than most
There
PR.
must have been somebody else where you
Most people
see.
be like, listen, we want a picture with everybody.
I was calling home. I was like, did anybody see me? They're like, yeah, you on E. I'm like,
yes.
I have the video.
Yes.
I have the video. And then some star was behind me. I don't remember, some country, the big star there. She was right behind me.
Ooh.
I don't even
Miranda
know.
Lambert.
For sure you said that I was so into me and Devin.
There's nobody saw that you're starstruck. I said, I know, so I have to hold it now. But John, if I didn't do this, would I take a
To tell the truth, if I was up and close with Jay-Z, that's who I would would have wanted to meet,
Mhm.
or I didn't think Puff Daddy wasn't there. I know Khalid from a long time from when he was a DJ. I would have just want to hug him up and say, "Well, bro," because I know him from before.
Mhm.
Him is a star, but no, I think Jay-Z is who I really would have been like, "Yo, Jigga, yo, what up? What up?"
But Damian Marley, we said that he won last night.
Yes,
What
he
are
won.
your thoughts on that and the pool of nominees this year?
The poll was good.
Hmm.
I think Jabugs needs to get credited because this is his second year back to back. He was in the category last year.
Yeah.
So he's been working with Don Carleone. So big respect to them. Sometimes we overlook some of these things.
I do, because I'm like, you're not Jamaican. I don't care.
You know, I'm very proud. What I'm very proud of with Damien is that so many local talent got to work on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So when you're talking about Damien, you're talking about Wayne Marshall getting a Grammy, Stephen McGregor, Chino, and I believe Rodney Price. Yeah, I believe that Rodney was featured on one of the songs.
I
No,
saw.
is this year?
Check
I
it.
listened to the album,
Yeah.
Check it.
Yeah.
I
I'll
did
just
see
check
something.
this.
Yeah, you can do.
But
track
one person I
list.
know contributed to it as well as Andrew Blacks.
Yes,
Obviously
Andrew
that,
Blacks have a song on it. Definitely, yeah.
So it still feels Jamaican, you know, even
It
though
feels, remember, but he is
Jamaican.
Jamaican. You know, the only thing is that again, what comes to mind is that you have to ask the question: if it wasn't a Mali, would it? Just because every year, except for 1 year, they have lost.
Yeah.
So it almost seemed like a Marley award.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then, you know, it would have been really nice for Chronics to have won
That's what everybody say. Yeah.
because he has 4 awards already, and all of them probably have 8 or 10 stuck somewhere.
Enough combined, yeah.
Combined, it's probably 100 by now. If Ziggy alone probably take 8. So I mean, it's a lot. So
I think that's the sentiment with everybody. Like everybody know that
we are
Damien
happy. He's
won.
Jamaican. He
Right.
represents us, and the songwriters and the producers, they all represent us.
Mhm.
I mean, congratulate him. I'm happy for him. I personally liked Chronic's album better.
Yeah.
Me myself.
Yeah.
But do you think the Marley name does adds?
Oh yeah, next year, any artist I'm putting up, we're just gonna do a name thing. We're just gonna say
Marley.
Bugle Marley, Devin.
But
the
y'all
Marley.
did that last year with
We did-
Devin album
We did
of Sly
not
and
do
Roddy
that.
Presents. But you didn't put that for branding purposes.
Yeah, we did that for branding purposes.
I
We
think
did.
The voters who probably
Of
not
course,
Grammy
don't
probably
know
more
their
recognize.
name.
Yeah.
No, of course, yeah, for the marketing.
Yeah.
So if me change my artist them to Marley just for next year, you don't kill me.
You could have passed your Dakta, man.
Like infringe, like probably infringe the copyright. Yeah, okay,
I don't know.
But then, I mean, I can understand it. And let's talk about that. You are a master PR and marketer because you go from corporate to entertainment. I guess you've been asked this question, but I never asked you. Like, what's the difference between corporate and entertainment, really? Is there any stark difference?
Well, the difference, I've always been in entertainment. So when I was in corporate, I managed that portfolio.
Okay.
So many people may not know I signed Tifa to the brand Digicel. I signed iOctane. Did a couple campaigns with a lot of people. Assassin, when he was Assassin. So all the Sunfest stuff. So I had the sponsorships, which is the entertainment.
Right.
So that is where I actually got caught up in really loving that aspect of it. When it came on to sports, sometimes it doesn't feel like go. You understand? Unless it was you saying running.
Yeah.
But you know, whenever two feel that way, but when it come on to entertainment, my excitement, music, doing the ads for Digicel, the music part of it, me and Birch in the studio, that's it.
So it was a showing, like for you to easy transition.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So basically learning the contracts and stuff. And I guess music has always been in me in terms of my personality. I was a dancer when I was younger, formed a group with Imani Duncan, Kerry Henry. We used to dance at Campion. We always heading the cheerleading, always doing the music, always got to Digicel and did a Digi Idol for the staff to do singing. So it's just like I've always just been surrounded by music.
Okay.
Yeah.
So managing now, like I think that's a
Yeah, I
different
think
thing.
that's
PR and
a
managing.
new-
Well, I think the
newish thing,
experience in management with at I would say Digicel gave me that. In other words, when I come and people say, how do you do this? Like, I don't think I'm doing anything but being professional. So I stick to time and being on time, and how if I have a target, as if my boss at Digicel would have said, we have a target. So I set targets and I just try to complete it.
Okay.
So to me, I've just looked at music from a real business professional side.
And you think, coming from a manager, you think we're talking about it today, like, you know, people complain that why is it not televised, the reggae aspect, why is it not televised on I guess live TV? And I'm thinking
the Grammys.
And I'm thinking because, you know, Naro, what you say, Naro? What you say?
I said the dancer is not that big in dancer / reggae is not big in US as the other.
It isn't. It isn't. But it's not.
But don't you think that, you know, there is people take from us, like
they take
from us? I think it's a situation where we're not as professional, maybe, and we're not really try and structure the thing properly.
I honestly believe that the structure and especially what we push from Jamaica. I mean, people might start bashing me about this, but I honestly think that the music in itself needs to clean up a little bit. I mean, you can't come and fight the game and cuss this, you know, and ask some Grammy board to make your music be on highlight. Why? I mean, who you think really responsible for music on a higher level? Record labels on the Grammy board.
Wow.
Like we don't think about the things that we put out there, but we kick ourselves. And I don't.
We're our own worst enemy.
I think so. Yeah. And I'm saying, I don't want to tell anybody how to live or what they mustn't like. I just say certain conversations about, you know, putting harm to anybody. Whether it is a harm against a black or white or Chinese, or if it is a lesbian, or if it is just leave the killing part of it. Leave that out of it. We can do without it. You can say, yo, I'm a straight man and I'll always
Love
be straight.
woman. Yeah.
I don't like them. But you don't have to. You don't have to
put
go
it in song.
You don't have to go graphic where you're wishing them dead, and you understand. Literally, a guy when I was at Digicel, it actually came to me. For me, I was one of them in the dance. And you're not parring, and I don't look here. The song sound good, right? And you know, remember Elephant Man, log on. I'm just a dance. Me was just a big dancer. And, you know, and I remember a man from Europe, from England. I think he was the head of, I don't remember what group of, gay rights he was representing, but he was one of them that I heard was in charge of doing the protesting and shutting down concerts. So he was huge. And I had to bring it to the attention of Digicel at the time, and I remember he wrote me a very long thing in my Facebook message, and he says, listen, this is what you took a picture with this artist, and he wrote out the lyrics for me, wrote it out, so I had to line by line, and he goes, do you want to step on me like a cockroach? That's my life. No, hold on a second. I want to tell you, it bothered me. No, it bothered me as a human, because Shelly-Ann Curran, while I might have my lifestyle, me personally being exposed to the world, go to school in the States, I have nothing against any group. None at all. So I had to swallow and say, but Jesus, put me a dance to it. And in other words, I feel guilty to a point now where when I'm out, because I have friends. I have no problem, and I do business on an international level with people who may have that. So why would I want to go and dance and stuff like it? I just believe that we need to bring some social consciousness to the things that we do. And I'm saying I was guilty of it. And as I said, somebody brought it to my attention and said, they said, how would it feel if them say them want to step on you? And I go, okay, well, I feel good. You know, and that was my experience, and that's why if me in a dance and me feel nice, I hear it, Sometimes the body still a moving, but me
Yeah,
try.
why not?
Yes,
But-
still I
but-
still I do
Hey,
it.
your body a
me-
move.
me-
What me I do?
Yeah,
What me
but I
do?
try, and I
Yeah.
try, and
Yeah.
and what I do is try to educate anybody that's working with me and say, listen, because I believe it is something that was passed on
Yeah, I
to
think it's the
generations,
culture.
to culture.
Mhm.
So I believe in just spreading it to the younger artists, especially when they come and say, listen, try avoid the topic there. You
Mm.
understand?
Is a valid point because like even country artists, I'm sure enough of them are racist, but you never hear them put it in as I hate niggers.
No, they
all the
can't.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you never hear that. Them-
If they do that, it would be war.
Yeah.
So why you think it wouldn't be?
Mm.
Yeah? So, you know,
Suppose, but then the argument is like, we should be able to sing what we know.
yes,
Yeah,
and they
and
are,
that's-
and they should be able to bar you if they want.
Mm.
If they don't want to push your music and take out.
It's fair.
So that is why it is better that we have more artists like the Chronics, the Bugle, Devin, a young person coming out from the country
Yeah.
that don't need to sing about gun tune to reach somewhere.
True.
Those are the stories that we need to highlight. So
Mhm.
when people do good, we need to actually lift them up. They're the ones that I think they should be getting the shows, put them on showcase. The first artist you want to do is the one where I sing to the world. To the world
Mm.
is certain things. And look at the state of our country right now. You think you want murder people in a broad daylight? Not now. Like, I don't want to hear that now. It's because guess what? We, as educated people, can listen to it
And say,
and answer, okay, it is a song.
Mhm.
But the reality is that the people who in the garrison community, the ones that do not have father figures, whether or not the artists want to be the person that is a leader or a role model, you automatically are.
I said that, it's too much responsibility on artists. I remember Friday we had a discussion. Taras Riley was here and he was discussing Graveyard. And I mean, I just feel like there's so much responsibility put on artists. I feel like they're the last agents that we need to rely on to change. I don't know if it's me in my own little way, but I feel like parents, individual first, that that's where it stops. But then if you want to pass the buck to the parents, they're the ones that have you, they're the ones that raise you, and then to other agents like school, government.
But at the end of the day, we're all Jamaicans.
Mhm.
So if you can teach the youth and it's not stopping your food, right? You want to do a quick forward and say, certain man, I listen to your words literally and taking up the gun. And you see what is happening in the society. It's just like, as I said, it's a social consciousness. Like some of the big songs or people are, look at what Chronics is doing. Plays Ram. People are listening to him. You understand? Do it for the love and do it. We can find songs that are hits.
Yeah.
But they don't necessarily mean you have to put a machine gun, because look on what is happening.
But as Ari, I will talk about is a part of the culture, because even like have sub genres and all that, gun tune, girl tune,
Like rap.
and if
hip-hop.
people feel like you can't do it or you're not doing it, them kind of sell out. Them look probably like a Sean Paul or Shaggy. But look where them man they reach. A Shaggy, we say I perform on a Grammy
okay,
stage show.
it is Shaggy that is seeing. It is Sean that has the longevity, and actually probably one of the. I think, in my opinion, he has more milestones than hit. More,
26 million copies sold.
not only that, but how much time he has been nominated in different genres. It's not one time him go Grammy, and not two time him go Grammy, and not three time him go Grammy. He performed with Beyonce. He's still performing, and he's doing well. So yeah, so if you want to, what you need to do is re-educate and say, this is the path that Shaggy, Sean Paul, and hopefully some other ones like Conscience. And you have other people who are signing to labels.
Like
who are
Charlie Blacks, right?
Charlie Blacks, Cranium, Devin. You want to talk about people who the international market start to look at and what they're doing.
They're more palatable.
And when you look at them, you don't hear gun, you know, hear the violence.
And the thing is, it's important too, because they don't necessarily, these people, just especially like Conscience, Charlie Blacks, Devin, like they don't lose the core dancehall, you know, like them not really have to switch genres. Them do dancehall music and it's still palatable
it's
people.
a quick forward to be killing everybody. It's a quick forward, but if you are verse and you can find, I mean, there's so many things to talk about, and it just seems that we are talking about gun, killing,
weed.
Yeah. Basically, I mean, and there's so much, like, I get really excited when I see artists come out with something that is just completely different, like it's thinking, and I don't know, you know, so for me, it's just like re-educating, talk about the positive, talk about the inspirational. Me say I-Octane come out and him don't have to sing about certain things. Yes, him touch bad mind a little bit too much, but at least
I'm glad I use it.
It don't matter. Him at least. But subjects. Let's get the subjects out.
And I'm so glad you touched on re-education, because it's even more so on the artist, I guess, doing other lyrics, but it's the consumers. I feel like part of the reason why them say Chronics are one of the factors that you hear people say that he never win the Grammy is because lots of people buy. You know, and I feel like that probably come on to us. Like, why do you think we're not such a buying culture?
The Grammy has nothing to do with the sales.
Sales, exactly.
Okay, that's what I'm
No, it has nothing to do with the sales. So
it helps though, but not.
I don't know if it helps. I don't know if it helps. I don't think it helps. They're supposed to listen to the various albums and grade it on different measures in terms of how it's sound and the quality.
But you have to play politics too, like you have to play the
I'm
game,
sure the politics in there, but I don't think the sales is included.
You had to do any such campaigning or them type of thing there with Devin last year?
Yeah, we had to campaign for, of course, how it works is that, remember, it's the Grammy voters. So basically, like Sly and Robbie them, they would have known. So once them know, like, I know personally, like, people would say, hey, other people from categories would find out who is there. So, like, we get emails from different people from gospel, from contemporary, say, vote for us. And you say, okay, well, this is Devin the Dakta, check him out.
Yeah.
So you automatically, they find out who you are, you know. And that's what, you know, I've never seen a Jamaican do that though. I've never gotten an email, even though, all right, for instance, automatically Devin is a voter this year. Because of being nominated. He's automatically a voter this year. And I never see one email come from anybody from the nomination and say, vote. You know what I mean? I wonder if we get behind what is necessary or what other people do.
No. You just dip on internet and troll and that. Well. We're not
I just never see nobody. I never see nobody do it, but campaign is a part of it because, as I said, when I was in it last year, emails and emails from different people. So they're campaigning. So why you think you shouldn't campaign too?
I guess
we have. I mean, why we might not have the numbers in Jamaica? That's another thing that I was telling everybody, the producers. Once you're a producer and you do certain things, songwriter, it's easy to become a member. So why aren't more people getting involved so that you have a voice?
So what's the process like?
You go online and then it gives you some criteria. Maybe you have to list some tracks that you have produced and you might tell them what you did on it. So if you have the technical know-how. So it's more like technical. So a lot of our producers should be. And we have plenty.
Yes, we do.
We have plenty.
Yeah.
All of them should automatically be voting.
Never know that.
Yeah, it's very easy. But as I said, instead of cussing from the sideline, you know, just get involved. Okay. You want a certain music to win? Check your box.
And apply and be a part of
be
the solution.
Be a part of the solution.
True.
And then vote free. I mean, it is quite empowering to go and vote in the hip-hop section. I mean, it doesn't stop you from voting in other places.
So. No, you know people. No, you manage Devin. Who else you manage or you do consulting with right now?
I manage so Devin. I'm gonna have him as my secret lover.
Oh no.
let's talk about that. Let's talk. Now you bring it up. Let's talk
But I
about it.
want to talk about my other artists, please, because I dropped
Alright,
some
and then we're
names
gonna talk
here.
about that.
Fine. I don't care. I'm ready for y'all. So there's Devin and there's Bugle and there's my son Delando. He's up and coming reggae. And I just signed Kim Nin 3 days ago.
Nice artist.
Yeah.
Like her.
Yes. So that's the 4. And yeah, everybody else is consultation.
Okay.
Before we get to your relationship with them. You do consultation. What's the thing that artists come to you for consultation the most?
Well, most emails I get is that they want me to listen to them song and vet it. But half the time I want to talk to them about different things like
image.
Oh, yeah. Like,
Business.
as I said, business and stuff. Like, I mean, when they come there and the first thing I say, what's your name? Al-Qaeda. And I'm going, Jesus.
All right.
Can we talk about this for a minute?
Their first ram movement.
Yeah. So I find myself talking about more basic things than I could even imagine about reaching. And I'm like, what's your name? And I go, Dave Brown. I'm like, why don't just name DB or David or Davido or come on.
There's a Latin name that some of them artists they don't understand.
Yeah,
even some of the artists they will come up here like, why you name yourself? Like whoever asks them like why?
Yeah. So so I find myself talking about like things that I think that people should know or they should thinking about. And I honestly think that Jamaicans need more exposure on the world. Like we honestly, I think our artists grow up thinking the highest place I need to go is Sting. And then when we leave Sting, it's all gonna be Sunfest.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, dude, like, yo, we're going to go to
there.
Paris and we're gonna go, and then
Australia,
we're gonna go and the awards, we're gonna go to the Grammys. And then you know what? Even if you do an Oscar picture, we can get best song. We need to just start giving them vision to understand that if you really believe in your talent, it can go past the borders of Jamaica. And then they start thinking differently in how to process, how they brand themselves. Because it really becomes awkward when you get hot in a Jamaica and then you have to go to the US Embassy. You just have to go to the US Embassy or the Canadian Embassy, and they're going to go through all the things that you're doing, all the things that you're saying, and they say it doesn't affect you, but I don't see them processing Al-Qaeda. I just don't see it.
Somebody actually named Al-Qaeda?
They did.
Listen. Somebody named, I know a few people are actually named ISIS, So like, would that? Yeah, that's the real name, and it's a flower. ISIS is a flower.
Well, I would change it right now in this
There's
this
a car by the
temperature.
name of ISIS.
In this temperature, I would change it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's true.
You mentioned Oscars.
Movies.
John Music Group, your company.
Well,
Recently
it's now.
interviewed.
It's going to be, I have the music group and I'm in the middle right now. We're with lawyers and stuff. So we're opening up a John talent group.
Oh, okay.
So that is going to be dealing with talents, which is acting, modeling, sports, musicians. So this is placements for movies, all kind of things around the world, which I have the direct path to with my new partner.
I think that's the thing. Networking is so key, right? Like you underplay and you undersell network. It's like your talent would speak, but it's really people who kind of can help you, right? Because that was the impetus for you wanting to own it, because you knew so many people that you can
with this one.
Change. Yeah.
No, actually, it was just a meeting. Dexter Davis, who is a big movie director who is doing 4 movies just this year. Actually, we met and it was to discuss having Bugle in a soundtrack for a movie. He was to get one song on the movie. And by the time me and him, synergies sitting down, it ended up being the entire soundtrack. Wow. From there, more meetings. And he himself was like, I didn't realize there's so much talent here in Jamaica, because all we hear is the bad stuff. Okay? So this is another thing where he was able to come and say, wow. And then he met with people who write out of UE who into creative writing and stuff, because there's a movie about a Jamaican that's actually going to be filmed in November called The Mango Girl. That's the same one Bugle has a soundtrack. Okay. And he was so impressed by the level of talent. But he has heard of us as being hate mongering, you know, and very aggressive. That we never hear about all the talented because guess what? Because we're always highlighting 6 artists and you keep on hearing them. Some of the other ones who are worldwide worthy, because we don't push them on the radio station, because we just keep on putting the same ones. Cartel Mavada, all right, they keep on going. They get underplayed, but really and truly, they are worldwide worthy, but nobody has brought them to the surface. So this is what this agency is supposed to be doing. Now, what is a new thing is that we're doing is introducing Jamaica to a new wave of making money through motion pictures.
What? Like, that's really special, because like even with other music, like me very keen upon soundtrack, me and Javi, like some songs that me hear in a movie, like me pick up, me like that song, and then me look it up and discover new artists and discover new songs. They
can make you into a mega star. And some of these movies that Bugle is also featured on another one, and my son on this movie called Blue Mauritius, and it's all big actors in that movie, big actors, huge budget that's going worldwide. You know, this is not Netflix. It's opening in
but even if on Netflix,
no, but I'm saying this one is there, you know what I mean? So like there are opportunities. Yeah, man, we take the Netflix one them too.
Yeah.
But I'm very happy about this one.
It is. And I mean, it's nice because everybody always think it's just reggae and like music alone, but there are other things that we are capable of doing if just given opportunity.
Definitely. And then I get to work with some local producers. And the thing about it is that when we're talking about entertainment stream, we always think artists and forget that songwriters in the real world, if they're registered properly and they understand the business and they make the money, and then of course so I have some producers that I'm bringing on my projects. Robert Livingston, Jeremy Harding, I'm in talks with. I even talking with Scatter on some projects. So you know, so we have people,
really still produce. Nah, jokes.
Scatter is our friend.
That's our friend. So you don't think the world flat.
Yeah, big things happening for us 2018, and you're pushing not just musician but art overall.
I am pushing the business of music in Jamaica. And as I said, some people might cuss me after this interview and say, "What's she talking about?" or whatever, but it's the truth.
No man.
We cannot carry you to the overseas, to the bid you with the record labels, and your catalog of songs is cursing another form, or it's just not going to work. So you have to decide whether you're going to be the top tier local artist sending on, or
for forward,
or you're extremely talented like Cartel that can have 5 years of music put down and hit the billboard. But there's not many Cartels.
True.
Okay, he's very talented, but people mustn't think that them can sit down one place and you can do that. He's good in his own right. So, but there's not many people that can do what he has done or what he's doing. So
you talk about Cartel. I've been hearing whispers that things are work out for him this year. What? You had a relationship with him in terms of
business.
Business.
Let's get that clear.
I Devin have the relationship. Oh yeah, what do you think about his case this year? Like, how do you think that
literally, I'm not on the case. I'm not part of the legal team. I just pray and hope that it works out for him.
I'm okay in a relationship. So you and Devin, you know.
I heard it was Tommy at one point.
Yeah, with the ear Tommy to Tommy Lee.
Oh my God.
Several people.
Who you actually having relations with, Shelly?
Who are actually having?
Yeah, who you actually having?
Not you.
Not anyone that you call.
But It's like Shelly always I put out them little thing they out there for make people think them thing.
No, them just a like up my page and just a grow.
I think it's just a situation like no matter what, it could have been narrow next time and then I'm gonna say probably narrow.
Exactly.
Probably.
Narrow, you want me to take a picture today?
Shelly, you single. Kobe. No, I'll go on. Shelly, I one of the artists MILF them on the market right now in our entertainment.
Thank you.
MILF.
I'll take it.
Telling you. No, you're single for real, Shelly. Like,
I'm a single.
Can't take up pictures.
Sexual harassment.
I'm not, can't I shoot my shot? Can't I shoot my shot?
Shoot your shot.
You know, it is so funny because I know Tommy a long time, but I haven't seen him in years. And I was doing a photo shoot with Devin down at Dancehall, and he was there. And it was really my friend Carla, which is her baby, with my godson, say, take a picture. I'll make us say, oh, this, Lord, I never even know. I think him, I mean, I haven't seen Tommy Lee in probably 5 years. And then I see him after that, after, it was Nico, Sparta, and him passed me and say, oh, baby mother. Poor him not even recognize me. Because I did have on some other wig or something and him not know me.
You just say, oh, you are the one them say over there with.
Yes,
How are you?
yeah.
Oh
Let's
my
say,
gosh.
baby mother.
Rumors them spreading.
It's
Oh,
all
you did
I
react
find
to
it
like
funny.
them rumors then and everything when you see them. Your first reaction.
My first reaction is like, can people be so fool? Because I remember Jade called me from Zip and he's like, Shelly, I have 2 questions. I have an interview. I'm like, and I'm like, I need to ask you about Devin. I think Devin just signed the downtown thing. So I'm like, cool. And he goes, yeah, and we need to call you back and ask you about you and Tommy Lee there. I'm like, are you serious?
These rumors.
I'm like, should I be confirming? And I'm like, they're talking to me. But I say, what am I supposed to say? I can't speak on it right now. It's like, go on. Because but my followers, them are go on do it. So, whoever did want quash it so quick. And I'm like, Jade. The Jade is like, no, you're like, the internet is like breaking. I'm like, really?
Yes, it was a whole.
Yeah,
Remember when that about it, man?
And I'm like,
I should dip our life to a laugh.
I was like, really?
These people fall for
Yo,
everything.
the
I think
thing
they fall
is,
for everything.
when we actually call her to do the interview, I said, Lord God, we just never no answer my phone. Come I wonder which radio station is a call me for answer. What kind of question? I said, it's cool, man. We are not them.
Well, I'm glad you come because you share some insight, man, on what's happening in the dancehall space, because we think of it in one sense, but I mean, there's a whole different thing that we need to kind of take into consideration. So 2018 is really just the John talent group. That's what you focus
and my music group, my musicians. I mean, definitely.
How's Devin doing with his signing?
I mean, right now it's about production. So he went to New York. He voiced. So it's really up to them to decide what single. So the deal is 2 singles, an EP, and then an album, if it work out.
Yeah.
So it's them to really take the lead on what path they want to take him. So
and that Devil is back again. My God, huge.
Yeah, it's doing well.
Huge, and just for a Jamaican artist to be featured on a rock group.
And that's what I'm trying to say. That the fact that you call yourself a dancehall artist doesn't really mean you have to stick into a box.
True.
And your vocals, your talent, your God-gifted talent could be anywhere. You could, and I think what I want people to do is open up their minds that when that email came for him to do that vocal, that he was trained enough to say, yeah, I'm not mind for do that. It don't have to be
who
like
would,
him after that.
Who would turn it down? I'm stupid.
You don't know. People sometimes, the biggest artists have turned down things. I think Britney Spears did give up Umbrella and it went to Rihanna.
What?
So, I mean, different people don't see vision.
True.
So, I mean, it's just I'm just happy that he was able to see that, it was a good track to be on and we're very happy.
Nice.
Shelly, thanks for coming. We just about run out of time. But may I have to go talk
trust me, you know, ask me not what me expect,
Really?
We're behaving ourselves.
No, we'll try to be
behaving ourselves.
We'll try and be professional. Oh yeah, we'll talk afterwards. Anyways, people, give thanks to Shelly.
Bye.
Yes, people, Shelly-Ann Curran, it's the fix.